Alright, you bastards, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today we're going to talk about something that happened to me. And before we do that, this is the first part of an 11-part detective series that I wrote. If you're interested, look down in the description. It's called Bloody Crosses, and it's in Dutch. So, if you're interested, you can know where to look. So, what happened? Well, your boy has been in the newspapers. And yeah, even here on the front page, if you perhaps can see, yeah, right in this basement. Yeah, the only reason I allowed an interview to happen is, well, first of all, it's because of something that happened here in Belgium. Some guy got shot by the police while they were doing an investigation and raid into his house, and the thing was, he shot back at the police or something. It's not really clear what happened, but the guy died, and he was a prepper. He was also part of an extreme right group or something. I'm not 100% sure about what happens. It's still into investigation, but this thing has propped some sort of news craze about preppers, especially in this time. So a journalist has found me through my videos on YouTube, and he wanted to do an interview. So yeah, the only reason I gave the interview is because of all the craze about preppers now. And the thing is, yeah, I'm always trying to make prepping as normal as possible, and then something like this happened. So I felt that I should have, have told, like telling the journalist how preppers really work. That we're not all, well, it's like I said on the front page. We're visiting with a prepper. He says we're not all crazy people who are sitting on a mountain of illegal weapons. So yeah, I'm gonna open this paper. So it's a whole page article, like you can see, and the journalist in big letters he obviously wrote on one of the more controversial things that I do, and that's I raise guinea pigs as part of my preparedness. And yeah, a lot of reactions, but for the most, to be honest, most of the things are, yeah, they're kind of good description on how preppers really work. I do not complain about that, but it has some nuances. I understand that papers need to be some sensation, but yeah, it could have been worse, let's say that. So the next thing that happened was, because it was in newspapers, I was also allowed to get to some interview on television, and at the last minute they cancelled it because prepping was not up to date in the news anymore. It was old news. So yeah, your boy is not going on television, but doesn't matter. I did what I could for the prepper community and for people give a normal image about preppers towards the general public. So I've done my thing, but here is the fun part. You know how Facebook and all those social media things works. I'm not into it, but some people told me what other people said, and you know how people are with the comments, and I must say they were hilarious. So there were over 300 comments on in the first few days on this article, and I must say they were just freaking hilarious. I must admit, it's divided. A lot of people say, yeah, he's actually kind of right. Yeah, this and that. Prepping, I know why they do it. And the other side is people who just say the first thing that come to mind. People who even not have read the article, only the title, and it's just pure gold in my opinion. So I wrote down my favorite quotes from the comments. And why do I say this? It's actually I found it interesting to learn about it, how a lot of people in the general public think about this stuff, and that way we can learn on how when shit hit the fan or some disaster happens, how would people react, think, what is their mental state. So let's see. All right, comments. He's probably, by the way, I'm translating these, so it's not 100% what they said in the comments, but I'll try to translate this as good as possible because it's in Dutch. First one, probably an extreme right. I see some camo. Yeah, I mean, so a lot of my gear is from from the military. So yeah, I have camo. Yeah, you saw some camo in the picture, in the in the paper or on the Facebook thing. Yeah, so a lot of people wear camo and they are not in the military. So yeah, that's the first reaction. But yeah, you know, that shows you something. Watch too much Walking Dead? Question mark. I found that one hilarious because yeah, but would they want to be when the Walking Dead would really happen? Right with this one. Uh, but my writing is a little bit horrible. Needs not. Many people who complain about this are actually people who need government assistance. Yeah, that's a counter reaction, counter comment of somebody. But I found it actually interesting thing. A lot of people who ever had benefits about social assistance or government assistance during their life, they are telling against the prepper that they are crazy about it. So yeah, what's next? What's next? Question mark. Well, yeah, what's next? Yeah, the next thing, the pandemic happened. What's next? Economic failure. What's next? War in Europe. What's next? Hopefully not nuclear war. What's next? Short, but it says a lot about the person who wrote this comment. Next one. Uh, when something do happens, then I'm going to find all these preppers on social media and take over their shelters and bunkers. Oh boy, yeah. First of all, preppers, we as preppers are usually, self-defense is part of being a prepper. So yeah, good luck with that. And second, this is actually some highlight of the problems on the mentality of some people. Yeah, you do not want to prepare because they are crazy, but you're not crazy because you want to kill somebody over their supplies. I find it kind of hypocrite. All right, next thing. Um, oh, there were a lot of comments about the guinea pigs that are raised, but yeah, a lot of people say, yeah, I went to Peru and South America, and there it's just like here with chickens. But some people are saying, I would never eat that. How could you eat that? Why? How could you kill a cute animal like that? There is not much meat about it, is it? And my favorite about this one is, never heard of chickens? And somebody gave a counter argument. Well, if you have read the article, you would know he has chickens. Put him in his place. So, next thing, would he be single? Well, at the moment, I have a girlfriend. So, yeah, that's answer to that question. But yeah, next thing, not that crazy with everything that is going around. That's a positive comment, but it's just an example of how some people are actually a little bit rational. About the food supplies in the basement. Is this not going bad at some point? Yeah, that's a good question, but the counter comments were really good. He keeps the receipts and he returns the foods when it's almost going bad. typical thinking of a consumer person, because yeah, they're not thinking about eating it. They would just put it back in the store. Like, those are the people who will order something through the internet, are not happy with it, and put it just back and just think that's something normal to do, which is not, by the way. Next thing, this is also a good one. What prepper? That's just being buying sick, which means a person who buys a lot of unnecessarily stuff. And somebody gave a counter comment to that. No, buying sick is some woman who keeps buying boots in the shopping street at Saturday. I don't know why, but I found that a good counter argument that the guy gave. But yeah, even though, I mean, a lot of the stuff that preppers keep, it's more like an insurance. You buy this stuff in hope that you would never use it, but it's actually useful to use in daily life, and not only to use it yourself, but also as a bartering item. And yeah, but the thing is, if you everybody buys car insurance, and they pay a lot of car insurance in hope that nothing ever happens, but they can never get that money back. It's just in the hope that nothing ever happened. This water, this food, I can still use it, uh, even though I have the insurance. So yeah, it's better than car insurance, to be honest. Next one. Probably got Alex Jones on speed dial. Oh boy, yeah. That's a problem with the algorithms. I think that person got. Um did your grandparents raise guinea pigs for their fur and their meat? Did they got guns during World War II? Well, I don't know, but I'm glad they would have. And somebody gave an argument. Well, mine did. But they had, instead of guinea pigs, they had rabbits. So that's a good counter argument. Yeah, those people are so out of date and out of touch that they do not remember that there was a time there was a war, that were two world wars in Europe. Not only 60, 70 years ago there was war, and now there is war back in Europe, and they still think that it would never could happen to them. That's not really a good mentality. All right, I think this is the last one. These preppers are pro-anarchy, but they arm themselves against it. How hypocritical. Well, no, preppers are not anarchists, or a small percentage are of them, and those are usually the homestead preppers or really nationalistic militia people. But no, preppers are not against anarchy, and a lot of people gave this argument against it. We are not against government, but we try to be less dependent on government. So actually, government should actually like people to prep, because during a disaster they need less help, government help. They would be able to help people around them. So yeah, what's wrong with having preppers in your population? So yeah, these were some of my favorite comments that I found. So yeah, these are the typical things that people with how do you say this? With a swipe, yeah, with the swipe mentality. They see they see this article, they see some crazy looking prepper. Oh, the first thing they come up, and next thing, then they're going to bitch about that. So yeah, this is a good view into how people would think, react, and yeah, it's in a way worrying, but in another way, a lot of people are also accepting on it. So yeah, it's not really as bad as I thought it would be, but it's just something fun to look at and I would say this brings up a good question about preppers. I asked this question in the community on would you keep it secret? Yeah, I used to be somebody who is very secretly about it, but why would you? There are two fields in this kind of thinking. A lot of people think, a lot of preppers think I must keep everything secret because otherwise the golden horde will come to rob me, rob everything that I got. That's a valid point. So always keep your OPSEC. That's why I never mentioned my real name in the against the towards the journalist. I said do not use my real name about it. Keep it to just prepper or Some-Belgian-prepper. All right, and yeah. The other thing is, in my this is the reason why I did it. If you make prepping normalized, then other people will do it, and less people will be part of the golden horde. So yeah, it's like a light something to be more spread around. So the golden horde will not only come to one person in a way. So that's perhaps a perverse thing of thinking, but yeah, it's I would say You can talk about your preps, but do not go too much in deep detail with people that you do not trust. Uh, yeah, but try to make it as normalized as possible. Do not be the crazy lone wolf gunman and talk about it and talk about conspiracy, but talk about prepping. Like I said, it's just like an insurance. It's just a part of a lifestyle to be less dependent. It's not. It's more than about a bunker. Like I said to the journalist, it's about skills, about a certain mentality that you will keep on surviving and try to be less dependent on other people. So that's prepping in a nutshell, in my opinion. And as I said to him, there are a wide prepping is a spectrum. You got light preppers, heavy preppers, doomsday preppers, hippie homestay preppers. There is not really one type of prepper to say. But yeah, it is just a video that I wanted to make. So I would say thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave subscribe. Tell me what you think about preppers in the newspapers. Are preppers portrayed in your area or in your country? I would really like to know what your opinions are about it. So tell me, and tell me if you would keep it secret or talk about it so other people are inspired to prep also. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Cheers!